Player 1. Time. Player 2. Level 1.
Hello and welcome to episode 37 of the Total Evercade Podcast. 37 we've been going for. That's crazy.
74 weeks.
74 weeks. So, sorry, there's no NintendOlly today. He had a bit of a trouser accident, so that's why he's not with us. Hopefully he gets better soon. So with us today, we've got to my left, we've got Mr. Ryan. How are you, Ryan?
Yeah, good, thank you. And just on the subject of NintendOlly, him and Triangle Face were actually at Nottingham Video Game Convention at the weekend, and they were showcasing the Evercade VS. Had a Donut Dodo competition. Had a was it Burger Time?
Yeah, Burger Time. Yeah,
Burger Time competition. It was really popular. They were advertising the Evercade to new customers. So yeah, I thought it was really good of them to do that and use the VS, because Tim's got every device going, arcade sticks and all sorts, but he chose to use the VS to showcase these games. So fair play to them.
Yeah, well done. Also, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Sir Top and Hat. How are you?
Oh, super smashing great. Brilliant to be here. Yeah, loving it and very excited for tonight. So yeah, let's hope we've got a great show.
Well, before I go to the chat, I've got just want to let Mr. Craddock know you've just got a membership on me, so enjoy it. So yeah, we'll just go through the chat and see what we got in there. We've got Great Scott.
I don't think we've seen that Great Scott before.
No,
are you in the future?
The future? Yeah.
Yeah, he come back from the future. What's the alpha like? Let us know.
Morty, we've got to go back.
Yeah, we've got Mr. Craddock himself. Also, Dave Newley Music. Nicholas Skipkins. Hi. It's
actually Nicholas Skippins. I'm just
going to. Sorry.
Everyone calls him Skipkins.
Skipkins. Yeah, Skipkins. Sorry. It's Skippins. Yeah. I can't remember how we pronounce this one.
Roska Posty Code.
Yeah. We've got Toxo as well. Nathan Foster. This is one thing about the Evercade. Is our live chats, our podcast is all done live. You don't get this interaction anywhere else. So it's like we will try and scroll through, make sure that everyone gets their comments up there and gets any questions answered. So we've got Mr. Colin Brown, Dave Newley Music, Jay South 5942. We've got loads of people in the chat. While Ryan is scrolling through the chat, I'll go with Gene Joke. I will go to our first thing, and it is Timothy Anshaw. Thank you. We've got what have you been playing? So we'll go to you, Sir Top and Hat, first. What have you been playing?
Well, each Wednesday now, I usually set aside some Evercade time, and I do what's called One Credit Wednesday. So it doesn't necessarily have to be an arcade game, but that's kind of where it spawned from. So on a Wednesday, I'll pick a game. It's, for instance, Xenocrisis, and you only get that one crack to go through it. So again, with a credit, you might be playing Final Fight on the EXP or one of the Toplan games. You're going to put that one credit in and see how far you can go. It doesn't mean you can't have multiple goes, but you're only going to have that one credit. And it's surprising how much more time you'll put into a game and practice and learn the patterns and just really get involved with it. So that's something I've been doing a lot recently. Another one was I had a friend over who brought their PlayStation, and he brought Super Puzzle Fighter over. And obviously this appears on the alpha, but the PlayStation version is equally as good. as the arcade equivalent, and probably the closest I'll get to playing Super Puzzle Fighter. Well, I've had a fantastic evening of multiplayer, and he's left it with me now so I can crush the story mode. So that's fantastic. And also lent me the Tomb Raiders, which is awesome as well. I mean, I'm going to go on and beat them on the original PlayStation console, and whether I'll then go forward and buy the cartridge, I probably won't, to be honest. I think once you've beaten it on original hardware, that's probably as far as you need to go. But yeah, really, really looking forward to getting involved with that. And also I've got Street Fighter Alpha 2 on there as well. He's let me. So yeah, I'm going to have a fantastic time playing those. And yeah, as I say, it gives me a little taste of perhaps what other people will experience when they get an Alpha.
Yeah, so Street Fighter, yeah, you can't beat a bit of Street Fighter, can you? Even though I'm rubbish at it, and I just literally just slam all the buttons, and hope for the best, and then like sometimes you just fluke it, but yeah, or you could just do a Tim and just do the same move over and over again. Like, what was that game we were playing that he just kept spamming the same move?
Fighters History, I think.
But yeah, Fighters History, yeah. So he was, obviously, if you play people like that, you can get a bit annoying. But we'll go to you, Ryan. What have you been playing?
Yeah, just before I talk about what I've been playing, just to say, if you are missing NintendOlly, he is on the Retro Titans podcast, which is available at all podcast outlets. Yeah, he gives a good chat about this podcast and the Evercade Hangout and Retro Gaming Revival YouTube channel. So do go and check that out. And Nicholas Skippins, after I got your name right, you've called me Andrew.
Yes, Andrew.
Surname.
That's his surname.
There you go. That was exciting.
Yeah, excellent. Right. What have I been playing? So I've gone back to the Duke Nukem remasters. So I've been cracking on with number 1. I can't remember how far through I am, but yeah, it's a really fun game when I can stop myself from pressing the select button to get it from going from like original graphics to recent graphics. But the actual game, they've done a cracking job with the remaster. The graphics are really nice. I find with that Duke Nukem, it's not too difficult. I don't know if Evercade have made it easier. I doubt they have. I guess it's just the original game wasn't that tricky. So yeah, it's not one of those games that takes great skill to get through. So yeah, I've been enjoying that. A few more games on Sensible Soccer, which I usually do most weeks. And apart from that, I have been playing a game on my Steam Deck, which would be absolutely brilliant on Evercade. And I've been speaking to Sir Top and Hat about this off air, called Broforce. If you haven't heard of it, do check it out. I think I got it in a Steam sale for a couple of £. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, and it would be so suited to Evercade. So it's been out for about 10 years now. So
wow, 10 years?
Yeah, so I imagine that it might not be that tricky for Blaze to get hold of. But it's a 4-player game. And that would be a game that would be absolutely suited down to the earth on the VS.
Right, nice. Evercade related. Me personally, I've been playing a game in a month, so we'll get onto that a bit later. That's the main thing I've really been playing. Like you, Ryan, I've kind of gone back and played a bit of Duke Nukem as well in the last 2 weeks. But I won't ruin anything on the game in a month until we get to it later. But I don't know if anyone's seen. We also, as Ryan was talking about podcasts, I've also been uploading as and when I can. So I've been trying to upload on our own podcast as well. So if you can't watch us, you can listen to us as well. So that's on everywhere as well. So I need to get that in the link at some point as well, Ryan. That all our shows will be on there. So I've been updating them as and when I can. But what I have been playing is because I didn't know about the alpha, I ended up picking up an 8-bit dough arcade stick. And I picked it up dirt cheap on Amazon Prime. Got it for about 45, 50 quid, I think it was. And like Ryan was saying, playing a bit of Steam Deck, I literally was just playing through arcade games. And I was like, and obviously it works on the Evercade as well, on the VS. Literally, there's a little, I've got to do a video, actually. I will do that so I can show people how it works. And it comes with it, a little 8-bit dough USB that you stick in the front port, and it basically connects straight away and you're in. So instead of having it on an 8-inch, so I did it on my 60-inch TV. So so yeah, it's great. You can play all kind. It was just kind of, what would I get if I do get an alpha? What's it like? How big is it? Where can I actually store it without my missus complaining about it? But yeah, so like with this, and it's the first time I've actually ever played anything with an arcade. Like I said, obviously didn't go and actually playing at the arcades, but it's the first time I've actually had something in my house that I can instantly just play, and then you see the differences night and day. It's night and day, that the control stick to it. So yeah, so I'll come to what I've been playing really a bit later on, because when we get onto the game of the month. So what else latest in news, Ryan? What have we got latest?
Yeah, so let's start on a positive. The Atari Super Pocket Limited Edition is now sold out. So the 2,600 of those have now sold out, unless Blaze find any more hidden away somewhere. But they did say when it was released, the majority would be available at Funstock, and I've not seen it released anywhere else. So whether the majority meant all of them, or whether Amazon are going to get a few, or Game, or Smith's Toys, I don't know. So keep your eyes peeled if you did want one and you just couldn't quite afford it, or you were just holding fire to see how well they've sold. So yeah, that's now sold out, which is good for Blaze, obviously. And then on not so positive news, what we broke to you on the last Total Evercade podcast was the news that there was going to be delays of the Tomb Raider and Thalamus collection, along with the VSR and the EXPR, unfortunately. And I think a day after we went live, Blaze did put an announcement out and did confirm that. I know a few people were saying that it was only the recent orders that were going to be delayed and not the pre-orders, but unfortunately Blaze confirmed it was all of the orders. But on a slightly more positive note, they should be with you by the end of August. So it's not too much, but it's only 5 weeks away, isn't it? I know there was one chap in Hangout who'd booked a week's leave to play his new VS and EXPR, and obviously people like that you do feel sorry for, but these things do happen in manufacturing, unfortunately.
Yeah, so it's just a bit of a shame, because it hasn't come from like the horse's mouth again. So we've actually found this out, and like you were saying on the last time, you were reaching out trying to get confirmation of this, and the fact is that like you're all a bit in limbo, because you've heard that it's been delayed, but like we were saying, is it just the pre-orders? Is it not the pre-orders? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it was the fact that it's just another delay, and that's the only thing that's a bit worrying, that we don't want this massive backlog again like we did at the back end of last year, where you had like 3 or 4 carts all come out at once, and you don't want it to affect sales for them, because Tomb Raider obviously is a massive like get, really. Just hopefully they it does really well for him. So what are your thoughts on this setup, Matt?
It's deeply disappointing, really. We've only literally had a handful of cartridges this year, and for avid gamers like myself, which crush games in 10 minutes, I really needed these cartridges. I really did. The disappointment, as I say, spawned me to borrow the Tomb Raiders now on original hardware, and I probably won't go forward purchasing the cartridges at the end of August. We're on the fast approach then to Christmas. Over August, I'll have my grandson. So yeah, I've got to keep him amused and things like that. So it really is a shame, and I know it's put people off, and I can appreciate that because I feel it myself. And yeah, I think perhaps more should have been done, especially if you're going to have a dry year for cartridges. You really need to make sure they're on point. Obviously Blaze is being quite quiet at the moment, and due to announce a couple more cartridges, but you know, we've already had this disappointment. It's just going to snowball onto the next ones, isn't it? So they really do need to tighten things up and make sure it's ship shape, and no more disappointments this year. I really would stress to them.
Yeah. First thing, you don't look old enough to have grandkids, mate. What's going on there? And the other thing I wanted to say is also about the Atari. What's your thoughts on the Atari Super Pocket selling out?
Yeah, I
Did
mean,
you get your 1,500 in that you're ordering?
Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't order. I really genuinely don't need any more hardware at this point. I've got an EXP, I've got the Versus, and a couple of different alliterations. I think that's plenty. But yeah, I mean, for people that are big Atari fans, then yeah, by all means, jump in and and grab yourself more Super Pockets, or perhaps you collect them and like displaying them in your glass cabinets. But yeah, not for me really. So yeah, as I say, I'm delighted for people if they got one, but yeah, I'm not in the hunt just for endless hardware.
So I keep having a look at keep flicking through on eBay. There's any drop down, so I buy one, and then this one got announced. And I was thinking, oh yeah, 50, like at least 50 games, 50 quid. Do you know what I mean? A bit like I haven't played one yet, and I haven't seen one at all to even have a look to see what they actually look like and what they feel, how portable is it? Because I mean, I'm a bit of a handheld nut. I have literally every single Nintendo handheld, or like loads. And it's the fact that where I've got the XP, I don't want to then put that down and then only play this. It's like what I did the other day. Actually, I had to go to one of my daughter's dance things on the weekend, and what I did is I actually I remembered it. I left it in my car, one of the old like handhelds in there, so that like when in between when she's not dancing, I can just play my games while everyone else is just getting ready and do what they want. And I was like, this is ideal. This is ideal market for dads that have to go to these dance comps that aren't interested and have to literally like just chuck it in your car, guys. Chuck it in your car, and then you've always got something in there to play. So that's what I was thinking. You know what? I can buy that, chuck it in the car, and if you're ever waiting, bang, just play it. So yeah, I wasn't going to get the limited edition though. So Blaze, if you're listening, send one my way, please.
Well, Blunners says he's not interested in dance competitions, but you were known as the Wayne Sleep of your school because of your ballet skills and your tap dancing.
There you go. See, it's all coming out now.
Still coming out now.
Only because I was borrowing your tutu. If you want it back,
yeah, of course, of course. What? Another bit of news that I didn't realise is that Blaze are going to be at Gamescom in Germany, which we've got a couple of tickets to give away to that. So you've got to book your own flights, but we have got 2 tickets that we will give away on the channel, unless you're in Germany, and then it's the ideal price for you. But Blaze are going to be there by all accounts, and they are going to have an alpha there. So that's a bit of interesting news. And
yeah, so I think I was trying to say Tim because he's been busy having trouser accidents in Nottingham, but hopefully we can get some people to actually live or actually would actually go, and we'll give these tickets away because at the minute they're just sitting there waiting. So I'd rather them actually be used and we don't use them at all.
Yeah, definitely. And do you think now is a good time to announce what our next competition is going to be? Because I think it kind of fits in. So
well, yeah, definitely.
So I'll let you announce it, Blunners. I won't take all the glory.
No, this is your show, mate. You can do it.
Okay, so in a couple of weeks, we are going to give away a Super Pocket to one person. You don't need to. All you need to do is we'll put how on the Evercade Hangout, and then you can choose whether you want the Capcom Super Pocket, the Taito one, or if you want us to pre-order for you the Atari one, the standard edition Atari one, or the Technos one that have been released. So you've got a choice, whichever one you would like to win. If you are the lucky winner, we will order that for you and either pre-order it or get it sent to you. But it'll be much like our cartridge competition where we'll just ask you where's the best place to order it if you're outside of the UK, because obviously postage and things like that. So if it's Songbird or Funstock Europe or something like that, just let us know if you're the lucky winner and we will arrange that for you. So that will be in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I'm not allowed to enter it, so I'm a bit gutted. So I wouldn't mind having a Super Pocket of my choice.
Yeah, I would like one as well, but I also can't enter it. But I'm sure Triangle Face will try and sneak a little entry in like he did last time.
Yeah, definitely. But that, do you know what I mean? This isn't been sent to us. This is us actually doing it out of our own pockets. So, do you know what I mean? It's nothing that we aren't getting gifted this. We're gifting this to you guys because of how much you support the channel. We want to give something back.
Definitely, because without people watching this, it wouldn't be the show what it is. So people interacting with the chat and joining in the hangout really makes it worthwhile. And that's why we want to give you the choice to choose which Super Pocket you want, because there may be people who already own the first 2 Super Pockets. So, you know, it opens it up to everyone, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. So that brings us on to the game of the month. And just let me quickly share the screen on it, just so I've got it here. Where are we? Here. And Jane Austen's 8-Bit Adventure. So I'll start with you, Sir Top and Hat. How have you found the game of the month this month?
Well, this is the brainchild of Bitwise Reprise LLC. Yeah, it's an average platformer. There's some enjoyment to be had. There's things to unlock, like abilities. You can unlock things like the writer's block, the locksmith, to open doors. You've got a fireball like Ryu. You can run. There's an air dash. Throw your quill is probably the one I actually used. Other than that, yeah, I didn't really use the other abilities until the end of the game. I don't really want to spoil that, but yeah, there's like a bottom bounce on the floor that you'll need to use. But otherwise, I didn't use it anywhere else. It was colourful. It's certainly not DuckTales or, you know, an NES game of that caliber, unfortunately. But yeah, as I say, it killed some time, and but I don't know I would play it again. That's all I would say about it.
Oh, okay. So we'll go to you, Ryan. How do you find this game?
Yeah, firstly, I never thought we'd be talking about Jane Austen on this podcast, so that's a first for us. You know, Stone Cold Steve Austin, as Toxo has just put in the chat. I could imagine
Yeah.
us talking about him, but Jane
Stone
Austen.
Cold Jane Austen.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? That there's a game made about Jane Austen, which I didn't see coming. I'd never heard of it before. And yeah, you'll be pleasantly surprised to know that I found it quite bland, really. I went into the settings, and whatever level I set it on, I was just invincible. I could just walk through everything. Nothing could hurt me. I just could not die. So I don't know whether I needed to go. I couldn't even be bought. I just thought I'm just carrying on with it now, because I didn't realize I was invincible until I beat the first author who you beat at the end of the first level, and then I turned it off after that. So yeah, it's not the best game. Going up the stairs is an absolute ball ache, because you have to press. I think you have to press the action button and up at the same time, and it just would not work. I found that really, really frustrating. Some of the jumps are really difficult to make. I found myself, you know, like having to keep going back and trying to attempt jumps several times, which was so that it's just little things like that need tightening up, I think, on this game, and then it would probably make it a little bit more enjoyable. I thought the jump button was in the wrong place, because it's not. I've been playing, like I said, I've been playing Broforce on my Steam Deck quite a lot. So jump is the right. No, wherever it's normally is, it's the. I'll get it wrong, but wherever it's normally is on this, it's the bottom button. I just found it very awkward and convoluted, and I couldn't change the controls. I thought there was settings within the Evercade that allows you to do that, but for this game, it just, well, I couldn't figure out how to do it. So yeah, all in all, it's another disappointing game, in my opinion. I'm sure lots of people do enjoy it, and on Hangout there have been some fairly positive comments about it. But when people say, oh, it's better than last month's game, and that's not really a benchmark, or box throwing world championships, it's not really a huge benchmark, is it? But yeah, in Indie Hero 4, I would rather have, and they actually spoke about this on Retro Titans, I'd rather have less is more. I'd rather have these games for free throughout the year and not on a cartridge, so you've not paid anything, so you can't be disappointed. Then at the end of the year, you get 2 really solid indie games like Broforce or Hotline Miami or something like that on a cartridge, rather than games that I'm unlikely ever to play again.
It's just, do you know what? I was playing this earlier, and I texted Ryan and went, I don't know actually know what I'm supposed to be doing here. But before I knew it, I'd done like 3 or 4 of the bosses, and I was actually quite enjoying it. So I fully agree with all the trying to get up the stairs and trying to find. But once I realised I've got to try and find these pages and then take on these bosses, it's hilarious. The fact that like you're like taking on these other authors, like what the hell? Like I never thought I'd be doing this. That quill, it's like Link's boomerang, mate. It's a killer. It takes people out. You know what I mean? I just didn't
Please
realise.
don't compare this game to one of the greatest games of all time, Zelda.
No.
Please do not even put it in the same category.
No, but I'm just saying. I didn't realise the feather was that destructive. The fact that like you can throw it out and it comes back at you. Yeah, and like you unlock special moves as you go on. Do you know what I mean? It's not like as bad as the box throwing and the one where I didn't know which way I was facing. But like Nicholas Skipkins put here, so far so far Indie Heroes 4 is not looking that great, and you still have to buy it to keep his collection. But yeah, so it's the best it's the best one so far. Like, so do you know what I mean? That tells you all you need to know about it. I just hope that Flea 2 or someone like that's on there just to bulk it out a bit. But
yeah, Flea 2 does look really nice, but it's very similar to Flea 1. So
Yeah.
it's not and don't get me wrong, it's a really good game and it's really popular, and replaying more Flea levels will be really cool. But I hope that's not the standout game. I hope there's something that we're, blindside us, which is a real, like Donut Dodo last year, which
it was the seller,
brilliant
wasn't it?
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
really, really good game.
Like it's not like this is by far the best one that's come out so far, and I enjoyed it a lot more than any of the others. So make that as what you will, but yeah, like you were saying, less is more. I'd rather have a couple of absolute bangers and just get these free throughout the year, or guess what, charge a couple of quid and download it to your VS or whatever if you want it. But people like you said something like, you must just smash these games and be like, next. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's like nothing. It's like
absolutely.
you eat your dinner.
But as you say, if you put a couple on there, a perfect modern arcade game, something like Martop, you put that on there, I don't crack that so easy. And also, it's got a great little thing that you can scan with your phone and upload your high score to the internet. So even the verses could do it, and you can join in that world leaderboard. But yeah, I'm not going to crack it so easy. But games like this, yeah, they're 2 a penny. I come from the old school era. I was gaming on Commodore 64s, NESs, Master Systems, and I was blitzing those games back then. So you imagine what I'm doing to these. So yeah, I'd rather just have 2 top games. And yeah, as you say, if you want to give these free, I mean, there was a perfect comment just then. How was Rogue 64 free? How was that free? And yet a game like this, you're going to pay for. I mean, I know Bag of Hats and Badger Punch games. There will be something with them in the future, but not now. But yeah, Rogue 64, outstanding. This, unfortunately, it's not in the same league.
So someone like you then, Derek, who's an absolute like machine at these games, when this actually comes out, what are you thinking? Are you thinking, I've done all these? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, sometimes, as I say, like last month's game, there's alternate characters, and I didn't actually bother to beat it on the other characters. So there would be that to do. With Jane Austen, there's a different difficulty level. But at the moment, that's not the problem. The problem Blaze has is they've got to sell this collection to me. It's not selling itself right now. So yeah, they really do need to put that killer game on there that says, pick this up. Now, last year, it was Donut Dodo saved the collection. We're not going to kid anyone. But this year, where's that killer game? And I think at the moment, they really do need it.
Yeah, because that Indie Heroes 1, most people could probably name a few games on that. Indie Heroes 2, not so many. And then, Tapeworm, that, Ira, something.
Yeah, Ira the Crow Maiden. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, that's a really nice, colourful game. And then Indie Heroes 3, all I could name is Donut Dodo.
Yeah.
And and big to small, is it? But that's not
Big Too Small, and the Mimic one.
Yeah, and they're not because I
Mime,
particularly enjoyed those games. So that Indie Hero 1 was such a great collection, and you had all sorts on there, and it was really, really solid collection. And it just seems that progressively these collections are unfortunately the standard of game isn't there anymore.
No, unfortunately. No, but it's just frustrating because this is why, this is how I got into Evercade. I went around to Ryan's and I put in Indie Heroes 1, and I was like, "What the hell? Why?" And it was so good. I thought, you know what? This is how I got started. It wasn't like for all the others. It was literally Ryan has been banging on about it for a while, and when we were around there and had a go on it, it was that game that actually got me into the Evercade. So it's like, for me, the Indie Heroes holds a little soft spot for me. So I'm a bit gutted that this one's just not there at the minute.
Mr. Twin Dragons, goldmine, that first collection. But like any film, sometimes there can be too many sequels, and perhaps this was, unfortunately, a bridge too far. Perhaps it was time to change it up and do arcade Indie Heroes and bring some modern arcade games. There's some fantastic ones that will run on the Evercade, and that would have really shook the whole thing up this year.
Do you know what I mean? You're on the team, mate. Let them know. You got there's some great ideas there. So let us know, let us know how you guys have got on with the game of the month, please, in the comments, or even if you're listening or watching us afterwards, just let us know. I'm sure Ryan and myself will also have a little chat with you afterwards on it. But yeah, it's as I said, before I knew it, I've done about 3 or 4 of the bosses, and like you said, I've just unlocked the fire one. So it was like, well, this is actually, it's not too bad just to have a quick play with, but I think you can actually do it in an evening. You could probably just finish the whole lot in one go, and then you're like, oh, okay. That's why I've kind of put it down, because I didn't want to just completely finish it in a day. But with that, it brings us on to our next topic, and it is the next 4 cartridges teaser. So Ryan knows a bit more about this than I do. So Ryan, are we wanting to get what people's thoughts were on the 4 things that were teased for the next 4 cartridges?
Yeah, so it's basically Evercade put a message on Facebook saying that they were discussing this on another social media platform, and they did a teaser for the next 4 cartridges. So they said one would be a big and welcome surprise, one would be a much requested collection, one would be not a surprise but will go down well. Well, we will be the judge of that. And number 4 will be no, I'm only joking. And then number 4 will be a fun wild card. So I thought between the 3 of us, it might be quite fun to try. And in the chat as well, people do let us know, and we can decide what these, or try and work out what these cartridges are going to be.
Unless you already know, Derek, and you can just not tell us. So a big welcome surprise.
There you go. I mean, what would you like
thinking
to be
on
a
that,
big
Ryan?
welcome?
Big welcome surprise.
I think
Everyone's
we
saying
might.
your own computer heroes.
Yeah, I think we might see Resident Evil, possibly. Only because it's been talked about a few times. I've seen a few mentions of it recently in a Hangout and in various other places. So potentially Resident Evil collection.
Well, Gene jokes for GTA collection. Top down. Can you imagine that? Rockstar letting that out.
That'd be awesome. But then you've got like amazing. Shakedown Hawaii, which is a really good indie game, which plays better than what the original GTAs do. And if you were to whack that on a cartridge, I think even by itself, it would be a really solid game, and people would get their GTA kick from playing that.
There's some great ones here. Sega and Outrun could be a great one. Tomb Raider Collection 2.
That wouldn't surprise me.
In one hit.
Oh, you don't know how close you could be.
Never say never.
That would not surprise me.
Yeah, Mr. Driller Collection.
Oh, that would be awesome. I love Mr. Driller.
Yeah. Toto Kart, Doom and Television 3, PK5.
Yeah, I mean, Doom would be awesome. Pico would be if they would license us Rage of the Dragons.
Yeah. Andy's
Surely
got
the big and welcome surprise is going to be the Intellivision Amico collection.
Well, we know you're looking forward to it, so
Yeah.
it's been noted.
Yeah, I'm sure, Ryan, you got some of them games that you can't play.
No, I have not. With the dissolvable cardboard cases, or whatever it was.
No, I am only joking. Don't go after him, please, the Amico lovers. I am only joking on that. So
I
go on.
cancelled my pre-order.
Yeah. We'll go on to the second one. So much requested collection. So I think like some of these that we've got, like you say, Resident Evil's been quite requested, hasn't it? Was this the first Konami collection by Bomberman?
Maybe something to do with sensible software. Is that possible, or do they? Would that comes under Team? Would that come under Codemasters now?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, totally possible. I mean, I see guesses of things like Treasure on a regular basis. So, there's lots out there. Bullfrog is another one I see mentioned heavily a lot. So, I have seen some guesses that are correct. But,
so you know all these so you can't actually say anything then. Sorry, mate. We wouldn't have included in this. But, you got there Doom. A lot of people are saying Doom as well.
Oh, Hexagon. Yeah, that was a cracking one. That was, yeah.
Spectrum has been requested a lot.
Oh,
yeah. I don't see why we can't have Mindy Spectrums on there. No problem on seeing Home Computer Heroes or something like that. A couple of Spectrum ones wouldn't go amiss. There's some really good.
I think Ryan likes the Spectrum just as much as he likes.
That lovely colour crack going on.
Was that game Back to School on Spectrum? Because I quite like that game. Was that on Spectrum?
Yeah, I think I had it on the Commodore 64, and I do think it was on the Spectrum. So,
that was quite a cool game where you had to do like the school day, and it was kind of like Bully before, but like a very, very basic version of Bully. That was quite a cool game. If we got that, I wouldn't be totally against a Spectrum collection, but I wouldn't want a Spectrum collection with more Dizzy games, for example.
That'd be awesome with a mouse. Come with it. Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So number 3 here. Not a surprise, but will go down well.
Indie Heroes Computer 2.
Indie Heroes 3.
It's got. Yeah. It must be Home Console Heroes 2. I think. Yeah, I think it's that. I'd be surprised if it was anything other than that.
Oh, there we are. Could there be something from Badger Punch Games? Bag of Hats. Could there be something on that collection if it was true?
17
Could it be that new Roadcraft that they've built for the Amiga?
All that new, as I said, they've now got a bit of a deal, haven't they, going with out of the bit. It might be an out. Skippings all over this.
Collection, eh? That's cheeky.
Yeah. And then what was the last one? It was a fun wild card.
I think WrestleQuest on Mega Cat Studio. That's what I think this will be, because Sean from Blaze is a really big wrestling fan, and we've been starved of wrestling games on Evercade. And I know this is slightly different to a traditional wrestling game. I believe it's more like turn-based wrestling game. I think
like an RPG.
But you've got the real-life characters in there. I think that would be awesome if they get WrestleQuest. That cartridge case cover would be so cool, and I'd be so hyped for that. That would
you get if they brought out a limited edition VS? Would you get it?
100%.
I knew you
WrestleQuest.
WrestleQuest. He's in. Ryan's all in.
Definitely.
Yeah, mate. Road Rash.
A couple of different EXPs. One's Booker T, and the other one Andre the Giant. Hey, you'd be grabbing it all. I can see it now.
Look at this. If they could get this, I have to open up there. I'm going to open up. Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking. Even that's what I want now. That's all I want. I don't want. Come on, just give us WrestleQuest now, please. Shaq Fu, that'd be hilarious.
Look at that. Look at that cover art. I know it's a really small picture.
Unfortunately, I don't know quite how that would work on an Evercade case. They would certainly need to
Yeah,
put it
they
into
need to.
party mode, but for the case, then squish it up a bit. But yeah, unless they went with the
And,
wrestlers
and
from it, maybe.
Microsoft, Nick's got it on the nail on the head here. Microsoft free games. Minesweeper Solitaire.
Oh, that is one of the most requested, definitely. And we're glad you asked for it.
Yeah, Nick. So we can all thank Nick for when we get that as our
What
wild
about a
card.
collection? What about a collection from perhaps a developer that's making lots of Amiga games at the moment, or perhaps a collection from somebody that's appeared on the Indie Heroes that now has quite a landslide of games that could fit an entire collection? Would that be quite wild cardy, do you think?
John Rue?
Maybe. John Rue. Yeah.
Could be. Quest Arrest. Another Quest Arrest game.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully we'll clip that later and we can then dissect that. I'll get you on that talk so you can clip that what he's just said and try and work out what it is. So we'll go to our next part here. It's part of the Evercade Hangout, and that is our Evercade World Cup Round 2 draw. So Ryan has got all the teams that have made all the games that have made it through, and he's gonna do a little live draw on the next.
I'm gonna have to watch this back after because I haven't got a pen and paper to hand. So if either of you two do have a pen and paper, do let me know. But what I'm going to do is we're going to do two. Actually, I'll type it in on here because I'm sure there's a sticky note thing on my computer somewhere. So yeah, what we're going to do, it's going to be knockout in the next round. So it's going to be one cartridge versus the other. It's going to be totally random. As you can see, these are the top 18 cartridges as voted for by you. And
television too.
Well, we only had 17. There was 17 who made it through, and it was an odd number. So I had to add a wild card, and in Television 2 have made it.
We love that.
So fun wild card, eh?
Yep. So
in
here we go.
Spin the wheel, make the deal.
Meet Graham Kelly here.
As long as it's not any of your managers that win, I don't mind.
Right.
Oh, Jellicoe Arcade. We can delete that
take this one out now. Let's go.
You will be playing. So the Jellicoe Arcade is home.
Yeah.
And the away team will be.
Ooh, tricky tie, Jellicoe. Here we go. Who's it going to be?
Cathedral.
My vote's for Cathedral already.
One of the big boys has got to go.
Yep. Right, let's add that to the draw, and then we go on to the next game. Here we go.
This is amazing. Oh, Delphine. Oh, it's going to be full
Void.
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 Full void. They'll be at home.
Out to
We
the
didn't play at the full. They play at the Out of the Bit studio ground.
Here we go.
They'll be playing.
They've got to test them. What are they going to get? Renovation. That is really difficult. Renovation is myself personally.
Yeah, a lot of people are fans of Renovation.
All these ties will be played this week.
Yeah, over in the Evercade Hangout.
8 p.m. kickoffs. Arcade 2. Come on, can anyone in the chat guess?
Yeah, Championship Rally, have a bit of that.
Right, here we go.
They will be playing away.
What do you reckon? Good Boy Galaxy?
Data East.
Oh, that was lucky.
Jellicoe click.
Jellicoe won. Ooh, yeah, that
Team
is
Joke's favourite
pick there. Yeah.
Team Joke's
Jellicoe
favourite.
won for me.
This is really exciting, isn't it? Who thought they would
love it?
Watching the Evercade Cartridge World Cup draw this evening.
Duke Nukem Kart 1.
Oh, now this is going to be really tough because there's some really good ones left on the wheel.
There is. And Television 2 still
playing. Oh, don't! It's going to be. Oh.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Renovation is one of my favourites. I hope we'll get a second. Maybe one of these 4 cartridges.
Yeah, right.
So
Here
the
we
next game that we'll be playing at home is
Whoever draws this has got a fight on their hands.
Xeno Crisis, Tanglewood.
Yeah, this could be a battle of heavyweights.
This is the 2 Premier League current champions of the Premier League. We'll be playing. Oh, Data East looks like.
Ah,
Oh,
there we are. It's Xenocrisis for me then.
I think that'll be a home win. That one.
Yeah, I do.
Next one,
What's Data East again?
Arcade 1.
Yeah, that's quite a good arcade collection, actually. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what draws it.
Yeah.
And it will be playing against. Come on, it's got to be in television. No, it's not. Good Boy Galaxy. Well, looks of it.
Tricky
Oh.
time.
Oh, Good Boy Galaxy for me then.
Yeah, I think this is an away win. An away win. The next home game will be
Oh, Television 2 still to be drawn.
Still to be drawn. The heavyweight.
Oh,
Let's go Arcade 1.
yeah, we'll say that rally game is just one of my favourites on there. If it draws in Television 2, though, it'll be close.
Yeah, man, television's got it. Codemasters.
Oh, Codemasters wins there for me.
Codemasters, can I just add? Codemasters are the defending champions.
Champions. Are they? So defending
Yep.
champions. They're
They won
right.
it 2 years ago.
In television 2. They've been drawn at home.
Oh, there it is, the magic.
They've been
They
drawn
will
at
be.
home.
They obviously play at the Amico Arena, home of Tommy Tallarico.
The Amico
What's he
Arena.
going to draw?
Oh, Mega Cats. No, Team 17.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
he done?
Mega Cat.
What? No, Mega Cats won.
Oh, well, I'll be honest, I think I'm going to go with in Television 2.
And that leaves Team 17 and Delphine.
Who's going to be the home draw? Let's just finish the draw so we know it's all been
It's a
completed
fix.
properly.
Yeah.
There's no fix going on, so everyone knows it's all
Who's
fair.
home? Delphine
How
home.
did that work?
It's a
There we
fix.
are.
And I will read through the draw after as well. And just for the sake of it, we will just spin it around.
Well,
So,
Team 17
Team
will win for me
17.
there, even though
Yeah,
I'm
it's
a
an
big
away win
Dolphin
for me.
fan. Yeah, I think Team 17 just
Yorkshire versus France.
Right, so we have got a bit of a cracking draw there. So let me stop sharing my screen because you're looking at nothing now. So we have got, this is round 2, Jalico Arcade 1 versus Elwa's Awakening Stroke Cathedral. Full Void versus Renovation, which I think's the standout tie of the round. Gelco Arcade 2 versus Jalico Collection 1. Duke Nukem 1 versus Tower Plan Arcade 2. Then you've got Xeno Crisis Tanglewood versus Data East Collection 1. Data East Arcade 1 versus Good Boy Galaxy, which again I think is a heavyweight tie. Gelco Arcade 1 versus Codemasters. In Television 2 versus Mega Cat Studio 1. Battle of the heavyweights there. And then the final game in this round 2 is Delphine versus Team 17 Collection 1. So as Blunners said, these draws will be done over the coming 9 days. So we'll
That'd be
do
awesome.
a poll a day on the Evercade Hangout. So do come over, do come and vote. And then in 2 weeks, we will do the 3rd round draw.
So I've got here. And these tiles we played the week commencing
They are.
Monday, 22nd of July.
are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, just a bit of fun that we have in the Evercade Hangout on Facebook. If you are not in there, how are you not in there? You should be in there by now. So we are going to go to our last part, and that is question time. I don't know if Ryan's got the music. Does it? You got the music from last time? Was it?
I do, if I can find it. Right, where is it?
His professional outfit here. So whilst he's looking for it, if you haven't, literally while you've got time, get your questions in. I'm sure you can try and get some more teasers out of Derek without him getting in trouble. So
Right, so I play it.
Yeah,
Here we go.
play it.
Do you have a question? Well, now's your chance. It's time to ask Derek.
Love it. That is obviously from our great friend, Mr. David Newland Music. Thank you for that. So I just saw this and absolutely cracked up in television on the England of this competition. Played totally crap. We'll make it to the final.
So I've just realised that there's going to be 9 teams going into the next round, so I'm going to have to make it an even number. So in television 2, may if they don't get through, they may make
Make a
it to the
bye.
third round.
Oh, they could get the wild card into the final.
Who knows?
Right, so the first one we have got is Mr. Cotswold Knight. When will we find out the September carts are? So
Well, yeah, fairly imminently. Obviously, the idea originally was to get them pre-ordered at the end of the month when the Super Pockets went up for pre-order. So, yeah, hopefully Blaze is still working to that schedule. They've had obviously quite a bit going on with the delays and whatnot. But, yeah, hopefully, as I say, keep your ear to the ground.
So yeah, I'm like Gene Jake's put in my money was on Thursday, but
Oh,
with the
we
delays,
like that.
with the delays to the latest, will these get pushed back as well? Because obviously now they're all focusing on your Tomb Raiders and everything else. Do we really think they're going to be able to get these out in September when you're releasing a cartridge on the 31st, like literally at the end of August? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I think realistically it will come at the end of October.
Yeah.
Simply because obviously you're not going to ship unless you were going to ship those cartridges as well, those two at the same time, because obviously it just costs you more in shipping costs. So yeah, I can see them tagging them on with the end of October myself. But yeah, I would love to be amazed. Obviously, I'm desperate for games. So yes, I really do want them to make those deadlines.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So we'll go on to the main man himself, Mr. Nicholas Skippins. With the game of the month being only average for some, what indie games would you like to see on Evercade? I know we've answered a couple of these, but we'll just open up the floor. So if anyone, what are we thinking?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan was right on the money there with Broforce. I think that's a fantastic game, which we would all benefit from. I think on Martop, my guess, with arcades, or Cash Cow, of course, which comes from the same maker as Donut Dodo. So there's also a deal in place. And also he's got another game at the moment he's working on. So, you know, there's lots of potential there. Yeah, I would really... yeah, there's so many fantastic indie games that, yeah, I do think now, obviously, we're over 4 years in. I think it's time for Blaze to step up that level, as Ryan said, and perhaps, you know, just go with a couple of really good ones as opposed to 12 mediocre.
Yeah. Ryan?
Yeah, there's a game I would really like to see, and I saw it in the sale during the Steam sale recently called
Ooh.
Goliath Depot, which I know I've spoke to Derek about offline, but look how cool this like sort of arcadey game gives me Donut Dodo vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the guy behind
Must be
this.
cool. No
You know,
way.
it wouldn't be a difficult deal to make. So,
Well,
yeah.
Put them in touch.
Look how nice that
Looks
game
great,
looks
doesn't
like.
it?
Yeah, it looks really, really
It is,
tight.
and it's super fun. It really is. I've seen quite a lot of it running, and it is super fun.
And this would
That's-
be great on the VS.
That's what I'm
Go
saying.
on.
With these giga carts now, surely this kind of these like, do you know what I mean? You could, like we were saying, I'd rather have like 4 or less of like really great games that you're actually gonna spend a lot of time on. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
this looks amazing, Ron.
as long as he's made it in something like Godot, if he's made it in Unity, there's an issue because there's several really great indie arcade games I can think of right now, but unfortunately they're made using Unity, and that at the moment doesn't run on Evercade. So yeah, I mean Godot, there's a lot of information out there, and a lot of people I could even put him in touch with that could tell him how to get it to run smoothly on the Evercade. So yeah, I mean I would love to see it. It's a fantastic game.
So
The
you
guy
Yeah,
can't
actually
get-
reminds me from the character of Up.
yeah, it does,
Yes.
doesn't it? Before he
Yeah.
was old.
Yeah,
That's
perhaps you
before
should
he
have
was
had balloons
grandpa.
going up, and you have to burst them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd been great.
But like to me, a game like that would would have so much replay value.
Yeah.
Rather than, like for you, Derek, someone who completes games super quick, that you can
I can high score challenge that all day. I love it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
with
and I'm going to say
Dodo, I was hooked. I spent hours on it when it was Game of the Month, literally hours and days. I was even thinking about it when I was out, and I was desperate to get back on it, like a fix, like a drug addict. I absolutely loved it, and that's exactly what I'm, hoping. There's something on that Indie Heroes collection yet that's just going to blow us all away.
So yeah, so that we were just saying now that that is what the Evercade should be looking at. Do you know what I mean? Then that would just that would do so well.
A game like that gives me a selling point, a point 100%. That I can approach new people, show them that game, and bring new people to the platform. But if I've got to approach people about Jane Austen, let's face it, if you've got a Steam Deck, if you've got a Switch, you aren't coming on the platform, are you? You're going to look at me like I'm nuts, which I am really, but it's not going to work. But you give me that arcade game, and I kid you not, I can blast it all over Twitter. I can turn up at gaming conventions. I can show that game, and it looks solid. It looks great, and it is good fun. So, Blaze have just got to give me the ammunition, and I'm happy to fire it.
Well, like we said at the start of the show, Triangle Face and Ollie were at that Nottingham Game Expo at the weekend, and they used Donut Dodo on a VS as a high score challenge competition, and they had people queuing to play that game because people had never even heard of it before necessarily, and they were like, wow, what's this is a really awesome game. And that's what Blaze needed. Like Goliath Depot would be brilliant.
It's just a
Derek,
shame
make it happen.
Yeah, it's just a shame we couldn't get invited.
If there's enough noise in that comment section tonight, I'll think about it.
So our next question here, we've got Triangle.
Sorry, that's me.
No, I was just saying sorry to Triangle because I was cutting them out. Should Game of the Month only let us sample like a one level equivalent? So that so basically what I said to you earlier, do you think they should only let you like a little demo, a tester, not the whole game? Because like you said, you smash it and then it's like, well, what's the point in buying? So what do you guys think on that? Because I think that's quite a good question, Gametron.
So do you think it should only be like a demo tapes from back in the day on the Commodore 64 and on the front of Amiga format and things like that you could get them and perhaps have a level of RoboCod, or actually an idea Blaze should think about, especially with Christmas fast approaching, is perhaps get a level done of a game which is a bit Christmassy, like they used to do back then. So like Cannon Fodder and things like that, you'd have like a Christmassy
James
level.
Pond.
So James Pond, perfect. I remember having a RoboCod one, and it was absolutely awesome. Would this work with Game of the Month? Yeah, absolutely. But it's taken us back to that question: are the games good enough? So if I'd had a level of each one so far, would that sell me the collection? No. So the games have got to be good enough to grab me, and if they are, it sells the collection every time, and the demo works. But it's got to really grab you.
Yeah, Ryan, is anything on that or?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea, but like Derek said, they would need to be decent games if you've only got a level to play, and these ones aren't going to draw. Even the full game isn't drawing you into buying the cartridge, is it? So you would need something like Donut Dodo first stage, for example, and then that would really draw you in.
Or that would have done it. Yeah, absolutely, Gametron. That would have done it. Donut Dodo level 1, perfect. I'll buy the collection straight off of that.
Yeah, 100%. And stuff like even like Flea, a couple of levels of that would leave you wanting more. Maybe not like a couple of levels of Flea would only take you about 10 seconds to do the first couple of levels. But, like the first stage or something. Yeah. But that would draw you in and you'd think, I want to carry on playing this because it's a really, really fun game.
Yeah. So another question here from Mr. Rob Taylor himself, the man, the legend. Dear Derek, reference Game of the Month, any plans to move away from indie to other formats? So is this only an indie thing, or is this something that could be used for any cartridge?
I mean, at the moment they've got Indie Heroes and obviously Home Computer Heroes. There's not to say an Arcade Heroes couldn't be in the future. Certainly, I would love to see something like a DOS Heroes. Actually, that would be quite awesome. There's plenty
Yeah.
of great games out there like Commander Keen and things like that that would just love to see on a collection. So yeah, I think there's lots of potential and lots of life left in this. But I think, yeah, sometimes Blaze have to just evaluate, perhaps has Indie Heroes run its course for now? It's not to say it couldn't be brought back in the future, but perhaps focus on something a little bit different, change it up, keep it fresh. As all developers have to, it's move with the times or crash. So yeah, it's very, very important to stay relevant. Remember, it's not what you've done that counts, it's what you're doing right now. And that's something Blaze really have to keep first and foremost in their minds.
But do you know what I mean? I think that's a great way of just like change it up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, as you say, home computer heroes, like that's a great idea, Rob. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the fact is, like you say, we're now getting onto the fourth one. Maybe let's try something different for the next time. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I would like to see something different, or maybe even not the dual cartridges. Give us a snippet of them to play. So, for example, like Xenocrisis level of game, give us a bit of that to play, or yeah. So maybe not Indie Heroes. I like Derek's idea of like an arcade heroes.
Yeah, I've got one for you, Ryan. In television hero list.
Yeah, there you go. See, and I can think of some fantastic indie games that could go on there, and yeah, Ryan would be thrilled for hours.
Oh, I'm sure I would. Can I just show, for those who have never played a game called Broforce before? Again, this is awesome. So let me just share this and play this.
God, I only think about that.
Hang on, because it's at the end of a level. So here we go. Let's get to here.
Yeah, wow. What, on one of these new Giga carts? Could you imagine it? Yeah,
but look, when you get the new character.
Oh, so there's now
Brodale Walker. They're all based on like real life.
Yeah. BA Bro Bacchus and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah, but this would be really good on the Evercade. 4 players.
I'm trying to think what the graphics remind me of.
Reminds me of Angry Birds
things
a little
explode,
bit.
Yeah,
like worms. And also, if you get the character Indiana Brones, you can use his whip, and it acts like the ninja rope in Worms, which is absolutely fantastic. And there's actually a stage where you've got to get a medal, and you can only be that character, and you've got to use it and swing across little lanterns and things. And there's actually a boulder that chases you, like in Indiana Jones, which is fantastic. But yeah, if you get to the end,
that's how you get away. Is that how you get away?
Yeah, in the Doctor, there's Rambo.
Yeah, get to the chopper. You're gone. It's amazing.
That's his first blood.
Wow, I want to wait. I'm downloading that in a minute. So, how like this is it. This is what we need. This is the kind of games that we need. Like that will really push this console on. Do you know what I mean? Instead of like Blaze, instead of like getting all these other schmucks in, you need to start speaking to us like that can actually like save this and get it sorted. Ninja rope. Oh no! Don't get triangle face started on a ninja rope. Do not play right. Do not play Worms with triangle face. He literally ninja ropes everywhere, but then everyone
put the move time on to like 30 seconds, because if it's 90 seconds, he will use the full 90 seconds. Ninja rope in, and it's painful. I think we had a game of Worms on the Evercade at Christmas that lasted about 2 hours.
Yeah, it went for ages. So, right, well, we're going to, obviously, I've just realised the time, so we'll go on to our next question. Bit of a random one here from 741, but I will ask it for you. What do you think Blaze would add Virtual Boy games to the Evercade, if any of the third parties they work with offered them any? Well, I've actually got a Virtual Boy, and it's horrendous. To only put it one way, is this red and black. Like, you can't even, so yeah, I couldn't see any of them games really working on there. But as in the words of Blaze, never say never. So I'd leave it at that one. So the next one we got here from Gamertron. We're going to get that huge landslide of games hardware from September to December. It's inevitable now, unless there's further delays, which is quite likely. So yeah, so do we think we're going to get this landslide of games from September to December as everything's starting to get pushed back a little bit?
We did last year, didn't we? So I think the build up to Christmas is going to be really busy for Evercade, which is great. But then potentially we might have that lull again going into next year for those who, like Derek, who complete games fairly quickly. So yeah, I can definitely see September to December being 6 cartridges, multiple hardware devices coming out as well. It's going to be a very, very busy time for Blaze, but also a very positive time because their bank balance is going to be going like up and up and up as that money comes in.
Yeah, but is it like, do you know what I mean? Like, you get some people are going to be like, right, out of these 6 games, I can only take 3. Whereas if they were spread just before each paycheck, it's just a no-brainer, isn't it? So I know, like Christmas, obviously everything sells better, but yeah, I think as I've said, I think we've covered this. It is literally looking like it's just going to be a bit of a landslide of games again, which
it seems to be
I
there.
can't see any carts coming out in December. I can see them being pulled forward to November, but would you release them in the middle of December? Not really. They wouldn't get out to people until after Christmas.
No. When's the alpha due out? Is that just December 24th?
Yeah, that's November. Yeah, that's the end of
November.
November. So yeah, the 29th or something. So yeah, I mean, I can see the 2 December cartridges being out around that time, and obviously we got another then cartridge to look forward to, which will come with the Indie Heroes Collection 4. So yeah, hopefully that's a good one. What I might do is hold back on some of those cartridges if it does come early in November, and then buy it with whatever one pairs with Indie Heroes Collection 4, because as I say, I might at the moment not be picking that collection up, so I don't want to get stabbed for the shipping. So yeah, I might just hold back and grab that, and yeah, see how it goes.
Yeah. So
when it all comes to once, you don't want that massive amount of money to pay out right at the end of November when you've got Christmas coming. So yeah, you've got to think it through a little bit.
Bit of sorry to rain on your play, Ryan, but apparently Brofoss is made in Unity.
Does that mean that it just cannot happen?
No, I mean it could potentially, but yeah, Evercade would need to be able to run Unity. It's not to say it can't run it, but at the moment there's no method to do so. But yeah, I mean, if it comes down the line, like as I say, it couldn't do Godot, but now it can. So
yeah, get on that. If they can get Unity running,
it's something. To be honest, I'd rather pour the money into that. Pour the money into that. Don't worry about the 12 other games. Pour the money into that and get something solid for people. And that is awesome. Imagine having that at a game show, all 4 players.
I know. Yeah, can you imagine that? And then you play on your VS, you play on the VS, but you can actually all link in on your EXPs and just like have that as your main screen and all have your own script. Oh mate, we're writing this stuff for you guys here. It's unbelievable.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely awesome.
So last question I've got here is from Mr. Toxo, something less boring. He's put any sports game we'd like to see as the Olympics are coming up and all. So I'll
track and field on PS1 would be good. That was a really good game.
There you go.
Anything from you, Sertov, anything you want to play?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few different track and field ones. If they couldn't grab that, or they wanted to lock it into a super pocket or whatever, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of others like Street Olympics if people remember that one. Perhaps they could take the name off of Daley Thompson's Decathlon. I used to love a bit of that growing up. So yeah, I mean, anything like that would be great fun. But I'll tell you one thing: for sports games that were really lacking, and something I absolutely love, it's a decent ice hockey game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that would be good. And anyway, we've got that in television Olympics, haven't we? On in television too.
Yeah, so we have. Yeah, and there's a bit
I don't know what Toxo something less boring is complaining about. If he wants to fill the atmosphere of the France 2024 Olympics, I strongly recommend that he fire up that game and
do it.
You'll feel like you're there.
What about Triangle Face's favourite? That dance off, was it Ashley Banjo's dance? No, what was it?
Ashley Banjo's simulator.
That street dance game. No, for me, my name's Ollie. It's a good shout, Ollie. Triangle, I should say that. For me, it's got to be NBA Jam. I would love NBA Jam.
Oh, that's a classic. I love it on the Super Nintendo.
Smashing those
backboards and great fun.
That's a good golf game as well. Good golf game,
golf game, like Golden Tee. That'll do me all day long.
And sorry, we've just said one more coming. As it's the main man himself, I can't let it not answer this
But
one.
just before you ask that, with NBA Jam, that is on
Yeah.
arcade one-ups, isn't it? I'm sure I've seen cabinets with NBA Jam built into them that you can buy in like Argos and stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
that
and
is
yeah, you
possible.
can. Yeah, One Up's got one, hasn't it? A 4-player one, I think.
Yeah.
So it's definitely licensable.
Never say never. That'd be a great game, wouldn't it?
That would
And then here,
be
can the Evercade play games made in Pico 8? Does anyone know this?
I don't even
'Cause
know
that'd be
what
another
Pico
day.
8
It
is.
can, yeah.
So it's another like
Might have just won
open
the
software.
golden ticket there, Nicholas. Yeah. Yeah, it can play Pico 8 games. So yeah, there's no reason why we
there's
wouldn't
loads.
do something like, for instance, I just throw one out there, like Celeste in the future.
Yeah.
Ooh, that I know you've had a great time playing that, Derek, and I believe
Love
that it's
Favorite
one
game of
that-
last year, and I'm yet to have it picked at the post. It's fantastic, and I've got the Pico 8 version as well on the Switch. So you unlock it. I didn't know I was going to unlock it. I just found a random computer on one level, accessed it, and Pico 8 was then unlocked. So yeah, it was fantastic excitement. So yeah, I've got to go through the Pico 8 version now and beat that too.
Come on, they've got to sort that out because you can then
That is
get
the
all kinds of
magic.
games
That's
on
the
there.
magic in the
That's the
bottle, the
magic.
lightning. You
Come
know,
on.
you seal the cork in if you get that game.
I don't know what else is there. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what else we can give them. We're giving them all this great content. But with that, is there anything else anyone on the panel wants to talk about before we finish? Because I've just seen the time.
Just a reminder that in the next couple of weeks, we will be doing a Super Pocket giveaway. So do keep an eye out on Hangout about how you can win, as I mentioned earlier. So those who are late this evening, a Super Pocket of your choice. You choose which one of the 4 ones.
Not
So
limited edition though.
no, well, it's not available, is it? So the 4
sold out.
so if you want us to pre-order you one, we'll pre-order it, or Capcom or Taito, we will get sent out to you. So yeah, keep an eye on the Hangout, and we will be announcing how you can win that in the next couple of weeks. And also
That's a super gift.
yeah, and it's something that we are really keen to give back to the community. So
Because that comes out of our pocket. That's no freebies, no given to us. We're funding that. So we just want to give back to all you guys that watch this show and make it the #1 show on
and
Evercade
also
on YouTube.
a positive, we'll get another one of those little spinny wheel things that everyone enjoyed for the
Oh,
Evercade
yeah,
World
that's
Cup.
good fun, that.
We have to do the third round
Everyone's a
draw.
winner.
The third
So,
round draw as well.
So top of that, anything going on X that you want to talk about?
No, not really. As I say,
No.
I'm still going with that 1 credit Wednesday. So yeah, do try and have a go if you're in the comments. As I say, it doesn't matter what game it is. Just give it a go and get gaming.
Also, if you want any tips or anything, just give him a message because Sir Top of That knows how to do everything on there. So yeah, he is on X. So make sure that you get on there. If you're not, I don't know where you've been living. So you should be on there and know exactly who Sir Top and Hat is on there. We have, I think Tim's in the chat. Tim has a stream tomorrow. So we are back tomorrow, and then we are back next Monday for ModCons as well. So thank you to everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe, give us the thumbs up. Do you know what I mean? We only do this show for you guys. So and we love it. Every 2 weeks is not, you know what I mean, it's perfect. Oh yeah, he's put yes, interview tomorrow. So Silverware Software. So they're all back tomorrow. So thank you guys. Thank you for everyone who's watching. Literally like, comment, speak to us. We will see you on the next one. Peace. I ain't got Tim. I can't do your hand wave.